Not outside. Yesterday was just me
What?
outside.
Yo,
Yeah, that's
that's
I was like
crazy.
enjoy. I was enjoying the sun,
That's
but I'm
crazy
like,
because there's something called UVC, UVA, and UVC, UV, and UVB radiation, and
mhm,
basically each radiation does something different. So UVB that hits the epidermis of your skin. So for them, when it hits their skin, they get skin cancer.
mhm.
Every 30 seconds, at least three white people or quote unquote European die from skin cancer. You know what I'm saying?
So you
So
don't
Mhm.
think they can adapt to
feel
Do you know they
melanin.
do injections now of melanin
That's what I'm trying to tell
injections?
them. They can't
That's
adapt.
how they can adapt.
They're buying melanin off the black
because
Yeah,
market and injecting themselves. Now
yeah.
you
bro,
have to understand. Hold up, you got to understand why do they have field melanin? What has
man, bro, they
any
have
animal?
but
Hold up, any animal that has field melanin has fur. So
Yeah,
remember how I
because you
told
have
you
to have
earlier.
neuromelanin, don't you?
Yeah, you have to, yes. And
Yeah.
so remember earlier I told you that they're suppressing their genetics with the vaccines that's stopping their hair from growing. That's
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen. Their hair is going to start expressing. So when it gets hot enough, they're going to start growing their fur, which is a defense mechanism for them to stop dying. So that's what's going to happen. That because
Yeah.
any animal that has field melanin has hair.
I thought fur was the opposite. Like when it gets cold, it's a defense
It's an
mechanism.
insulator for heat too. It's the insulator for heat too.
But I mean, bro, I honestly to to them is the same thing that happened to a wolf, which was once a sheep.
Nah, bro.
Like,
Nah, look. You gotta
bro,
understand. You gotta understand. These people were made in the lab, bro. This is not a
I don't
I'm
natural.
think
not
both of
saying
you,
I'm
either of
not
you are
saying
wrong, if I'm honest.
I'm not saying that they weren't, but I don't have enough evidence to prove that they were genetically modified. Like,
Oh, so how do they have DNA of multiple different organisms? A lion is 100% a lion. A black person is quote unquote 100% human. When you look at their genetics, they have fruit fly, Reese's monkeys, canine, snub nosed monkey. That's more. That's not just one animal. It's a multiple different animals. You have to go in a lab in a petri dish and mix multiple different animals to do that, bro. That's
well,
not naturally existing.
how do you explain that black people have sheep like hair? How do you explain that we have the same melanin found in plants?
Well, no, plant. Now, our hair is not. This is ether. This is not hair. Only animals have hair. This is ether. Those are two different things. They have two different
What is the
biological
significant
functions.
difference between you and an animal?
You said what's the significant difference?
What is the significant difference between you and the animal?
Or your organs, your organelles, your hair, which is our hair. This is ether. So this is an extension of our nervous system. These are like transponders, right? It allows you to channel energy and do other stuff. They cannot do that. They don't have the same
Do,
function.
do,
How do you know
Since
that?
can I tell you more? Did you know how let's just say I need an organ
Uh huh.
transfer, right? Our body, as with it non-ether or black people, whatever term you want to use, we cannot accept that organ. But a Kawaya, their body accepts those types of organ. Not of that second one. Do you know how let's just say you were to reproduce with them? They have to take a shot called, I think, Rogam shot.
Rogam shot. Yep.
Yeah, they have to take a Rogam shot because we're actually not the same species as them at all. So when they take that, that shot tells the body to not terminate the pregnancy. So there's two things. Like if we were to do a blood transfer, like just for me, my body would just completely like not accept it
Yeah,
because we're
they
actually
have
not the same.
You're right.
Like
So
I
they have
said,
some. They have
like I
something
said,
called. They have something called.
like I
They have antigens and blood infections. So what happens is they're so they're okay. The organic blood type is O negative. Now before they graped us and they did other stuff. All black people blood type was O negative. That's the pure blood type, right? Now most of us have like A or B, right? Which is it's just a antigen. So it's like a minor little blood infection. Like you can purify it when you drink certain herbs. Now, positive nigga, that's what they got. That's Reese's monkey protein. It's monkey DNA. It's monkey blood. They got that. That's what they have. We don't have. When we have interracial relationships, it's called something called what's it called? What's the name of the disease? Um, ha, ha, uh, start with an H. Freak. I forgot the name of the disease, but basically, when you have a inner, with them, they think you're heterometabolic disease, something like that. I forgot the name of it. But when you have a inner with something with them, they
Hepatitis?
no
No,
hemolytic
that's
disease. Oh, that's what it's called, hemolytic disease. Um,
hemolytic.
yes, hemolytic disease. So when you do stuff with them, you know what I'm talking. You know what stuff I'm talking about. They thin your blood out, and you actually get a blood disease from them. This has been scientifically proved. So we're not the same species, and then they're inorganic to the planet. Anything natural is killing them. They go in the jungle. Animals hunting
It's
them.
it's it's crazy. Like even
But do you?
our ancestors, they had a name for them too, like different names. Like one of them is listen to death. They've been knowing who they are for a very long time. We just haven't been paying attention. But Jamal, can you talk about the sun being closer? What comes with that, if you don't mind?
Volcanic eruption, earthquakes,
Mm-hmm.
tsunamis, um, pretty much an atomic explosion. Um, that's when the Earth is going, like, eventually everything pretty much gonna be burned to the ground, like from
So like
trees.
a reset.
So is a lot of us are going to pretty much have to survive just pretty much solely off whether it's just like water or just
Mm-hmm.
and sun.
Yeah.
It's like we don't just have to survive. So
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
you forgot red something called red iron oxide. So you know how in China like their sky is red, or in California the sky be red. That's
uh-huh.
that's red iron oxide. So that's something that Nibiru releases. It releases iron into the atmosphere, which is a sign. You know what I'm saying?
But they even estimated, National Geographic estimated by 2030 the whole world will be full of melanated
See,
people.
didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you that 7 year tribulation, 2023 to 2030? I told you that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
I
I didn't
remember
know
that.
that. I didn't know that information that you just gave me.
Yeah, National Geographic said that. Literally, 3 years ago, they said that.
And that's why they ban abortions. They didn't ban no abortions for no black people. They going extinct. They need their numbers to go up.
They've been going in. They've been going in. They know they is.
Their
Look
Yeah.
fertility
around.
rate is
They
one
know.
point.
Just go outside and look. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see that.
Just go outside.
Like it's like people
Literally.
people just people be watching TV. Like if you go to your job, bro. Because I remember
Mm,
when I was growing up, bro. My whole class, I went straight to a white school, and all of a sudden, like I just start looking
yeah.
around, like where they at? Like I be looking for them now. Like
Yeah, I remember at my school they said that I came from Lucy, and I was like, Lucy?
Oh no, they try to hit you with the animal bones on.
Yes, I like
Yo, they out of
Lucy.
pocket for that.
I was 15. I'm like, what, Lucy?
Trying to tell you come from freaking monkey bones is crazy,
Yeah, that's their
that's
evolution.
fucked
right?
up. That's fucked
That
up though.
But see, they don't know. If you read any ancient book, like
yeah,
Emerald Tablets, it says that we come from the stars, because
right,
different suns are stars. We don't. This is
right.
this is a newly planet. This we don't come from here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Even as
we come from the we come because like the spiritual world in a sense, like because
Mm-hmm.
it's been times where I asked for projected and I was like racing through like time and space, like and I could
yo, that
see
happened to me
stars.
like 2 nights ago, bro.
Yeah, that didn't happen to me before. So I'm like, am I racing through space? Like, so yeah, in that sense, yeah, I can agree with you on that.
Oh, by the way, they never.
Of
Common
course,
sense,
they
right?
haven't been to space. They
Hold up,
know they
hold
ain't
up.
been to space.
Let's use basic common sense though, just to disprove that they haven't been there, right? Now, when you look in the sun and you look in the sky, that's dark matter energy, right? Now, darkness it moves the fastest out of all energy, which means it's the hottest, right? So,
Yeah,
nigga, if the sun is hot, and it's not pure darkness due to it's emanating light. Imagine pure darkness. Do you know how hot that is, bro? That's thousands of degrees hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you go in there, yo, you gonna burn to a crisp if you don't have, because we got the space suit. Anybody with neuromelanin, you already got the space suit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you could go in there and nothing gonna happen to you. They go there. That's why they need a space suit. They trying to tell you they can't go there without certain shit. That's why they steal
You
your
can't,
melanin.
bro. They were in a big warehouse. I'm talking about them. They're two or three football fields long, and they done created their own little old dirt in the lab, nigga, and put that shit on there. And they was driving around.
People don't
And
understand.
then
They have
they introduced CGI. You feel me? And
right.
then when that CGI shit came, because see, look, this alien shit, this is $1 billion corporation. So they got to get you excited. You know what I'm saying? With creating technology. So they teach you calculus, physics, and trigonometry in school, and you like, why do I need this? This is just general study. Like I'm not trying to. You go to college. You gotta. You know what I'm saying? Take your basics. You feel me? You don't need that though. But
You
see, and then
don't.
we be like, why we got all this, bro? Look at all the technology. They must be messing with aliens. Like, no, you're creating the technology. You're taking freaking calculus. Like, is it not obvious? Like think about it. Even if the cell phones, bro, there's no telling that they don't have an iPhone 20 already. You feel me?
Right.
And they just giving us the little scraps, bro. Like this is
Do you know?
Hunger
Do you know?
Games, bro.
Do you know how we have like 5G?
Yo,
4G.
they
Our
bringing
body
out
has like
6G.
12G. Like there's so many different channels within our body that just haven't tapped into.
No,
So
So
you
they
gotta
give
think
us
about it
so
so
like
when
they
you
this.
give us
say
weapons like guns and stuff like that,
yeah,
bro. If they would allow us to have those things, just know they got something way better than
Right,
that.
100%,
Just
right?
And you
know
got to
that.
think
You know
about
what I'm
it.
saying? Like
How every year, how are you releasing something at the same date every year with no complications?
because
Mm.
they're creating there are like it's kind of like
It
somebody
been
doing
created.
YouTube. It's like
But
somebody doing YouTube.
remember,
They got 100
nothing
videos
new,
already. They ain't
nothing
even
new. Only
posted it.
which has been lost.
Well, they got technology, bro. Just like, bro, there's a sound. It releases this sound wave and you just bleed internally. Like,
I heard
they gonna
about
put
that.
the cops gonna put on the earmuffs. You go you just gonna die just because of the sound. Like, bro, they got hella
That's
weapons.
why I don't like to use Do you know the earpods? They've
True.
give.
Yeah, them knows give me
Bro.
headaches. I use wire
I
headphones now.
cannot. Yeah. I was watching this ad that they or somebody shared this ad. I think they were in the UK. They were this company. They were traveling as they got to the end of the dome. They got on a ladder. They climbed on the ladder, and then they literally like switched up the fake sun, and then they like replaced it. So the real sun is not what we're getting. Well, I'm not the real sun. This sun is the one they show us. No, I don't think it's the real one, the real stuff.
So the sun we see every day, you don't think it's the real one?
I don't think it is.
Why
I
not?
think the real one is really dark, like
I mean, I
so
understand
dark
she
it's
No,
light.
like the sun goes into like, cause I done heard somebody say this though, but
Okay.
from my own understanding, the real that sun is really black. Like if you look at it close,
Yes.
like it's
Right.
really black. It's not really like what
I
people think.
but think about it. They're not saying that she's right or she's wrong. Cause I know what you're talking about. Now think about it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
not only did China release two different suns, right? But
Mm.
let's think about it. 10 years ago, what color was when you went outside and played outside? What color was that sun?
What color is it? Probably like yellowish.
Okay, so it's not yet. It's white now. What color is the light
Hey,
bulb? What color is the light bulb? White,
right.
right?
Right. Yeah.
Just to make
Uh-huh.
it, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that it's real. I'm just saying that's
Man,
suspicious. That
CGI exists in China too. So
Oh yeah, of course.
I
I
just
think they're
take it
all
as,
brothers. They sit on the same table. All of them,
man,
of course.
they could have had a drone with light all around it, and they had that whole fly with light. Motherfuckers was think that was the fucking sun. Like it's so much shit they got nowadays, bro. It's really
Yeah.
hard for you to tell. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I wouldn't trust it.
Right.
I'm saying.
And they,
Like so artificial.
Yeah, that
yeah,
way
artificial sun.
because if they give you, they let you get the. Remember, I keep telling black people, you're using 3 to 5% of your DNA. Once you get more sun,
Yeah.
you use more DNA. If
Yeah.
niggas is dunking and running like Usain Bolt with 3 to 5% DNA, imagine what you doing with 100%.
Or just like right.
You
Damn.
flying with 100%.
Yeah.
They don't
And
want
you know
niggas
what's
doing
crazy, bro? I made a
that.
post. I made a post about this on suicide. I said it on Suicide Squad, bro. Like the dude was saying they were in the Pentagon. You know what I'm saying? Keyword Pentagon, Pentacle. But the dude was saying he was talking about like the superheroes. He was like, so what if what if a Superman was to come into the White House and take the president? And then a nigga was like, we done had contingency plan for everything such as this.
Wow.
We done put fluoride movie.
And you
They
know what that's
literally
called?
letting us know.
That's
Like,
called that's called light cold lockdown, bro. That's the contingency plan for us. Light cold lockdown. It's to keep your genetics from awakening, bro. Because that light awakens your genetics. So they're locked down. They're putting the light in lockdown so your cells don't eat. So your cells don't get it. Like for example, they even went so far. Remember during slavery, but we were never slaves. We were POWs, which is prisoners of war. They went and they went into our genome. Now you have a chromosome. Remember, the chromosome looks like kind of like an X. Now at the end of X, there's something called a telomere, right? Which is like a
Yes.
cap.
yeah.
So they went. Remember, we didn't have those because we were ageless. We never aged. They went and put
Yes.
caps on our chromosome to make us age. We never aged. They capped off our genetics.
Because so now that's what they say. That's how they explain the aging aspect of
Yep,
living.
they did
They
that. They
say
went and did
as it
that.
shortens, and then right, and then for quick age longer because your telomere gets shorter in a slower rate. That's what they say. That our telomere. The reason why we don't age. People say, "Oh, black don't crack." When their explanation for that is that our telomere gets shorter on a slower pace.
Yeah, they did that. They know black
Yeah.
don't crack. They know even
Yeah.
there. Some people their genetics is actually resistant to the telomeres that they put on it.
Facts.
So some people like my mom. My
Mm-hmm.
mom, she looks really young. I walk into the store, they be like, that's your sister. She look so beautiful. Nigga,
Yeah.
that's my mom. That's my mother. Like,
Yeah.
so some
Mm-hmm.
people,
But I honestly think, cause like when you consume the dead, which is
Yeah.
meat, you become it.
Mm-hmm.
You become it. So like you become the dead. So it's
Mm-hmm.
going to increase. It naturally increases your age. Like if you eat
um,
meat all the time, you will look older. If you eat
it
plants
depends. It really
all the time,
depends.
you will look younger.
It
Because
depends because
because
it's
meat,
all about. So as long as your cells have the right amount of H2O3, you even if you do consume meat, you really won't age. You know what I'm saying? As long as when your cells lack that H2O3, which is where you start aging. That's why people like with like bad like genitalia smell, they have low pH. You know what I'm saying? Their body literally gives off smells that their body is in a bad state. You know what I'm saying? So as
cause
long as your
like if
pH,
you look at certain people like who have an alkaline diet or certain races, like Asians, right? They look young because they eat meat, but for the most part they eat like plants, bro. That's why they look young. Like
I
same
Gee,
wouldn't
way
but
say.
with black
with
people.
their rice, because they eat so much rice. When you look at how they walk, like just go. If you were to go outing one day, just observe how they are, like in terms of their
Nah,
spine.
bro, they be eating. No offense,
Yeah,
bro. They be eating dogs, octopus. You can't even
yeah,
say
nah,
that. You can't even say that. They down there.
yeah. They
I'm
eat a
talking
lot of
about
actually,
like
yeah.
the majority of them. Like
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I'm telling you.
they
See,
mainly
okay,
eat like
Sin
seafood,
City.
look,
seafood. But I'm just saying, like for the most part, they eat a
Yeah,
lot of plants, bro.
they do. I agree with that part. I agree.
Pete,
Um,
they eat a lot of. You know how they be cracking like Asian jokes, like, oh, they got small genitalias. That's because they be eating all that soy sauce. Soy is a
Literally, that's so
it's an
plastic.
inorganic. It's called soy. Soy is inorganic. It
Yes.
has estrogen. So what the
Mm-hmm.
estrogen does is when the estrogen interacts with male testosterone, it lowers the levels and it makes their genitalia smaller. It's literally a
They probably
emasculation
did that on
process.
purpose. They
Yeah,
probably
it's
Mm.
did that on purpose. That's why they don't allow them to have no more than 2 kids in Japan
Right,
or something like
but
that.
guys, for the longest, I thought they were all like clones, like for the longest until I don't know. I've always thought